The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Taylor Swift comes out last night.
Midnight.
And, yeah, Taylor Swift shows up at the VMAs. The first thing I saw was her dress, and that seriously lifted me out of a depression. I'm not even joking you. Like, seeing her and, like, even though she looked beautiful and lithe and, like, you know, young and all the things that I don't feel like I am, it really made me happy. And then she announces her album, which made me depressed again because it was an album that all the songs are written in the middle of the night. And I'm like, never have I been in the middle of the night, been depressed or like anxious and then written something or like made something. And I'm like, God, I'm fucking worthless. Like this girl, then I start comparing myself. And then I see her second outfit of the evening and I'm like, I don't mean to comment. I think she will tell us what she needs to tell us when she needs to tell us it. But that look gave Single so hard. I can't even I don't picture. I don't think there are speculations always online about her relationship, and I don't want to add fire to that flame because she will tell us when the time is right. But that second outfit she wore, do you know what I'm talking about, Noah?
Yeah,
with the
silky
faux fur,
blue.
Silky blue, like little
stars.
onesie with stars. I think it might be Stella McCartney because it's kind of her style, with the strappy sandals, and it was like a tiny little almost negligee bodysuit. It wasn't because it was sexy. I'm not saying that it gave Single. And by the way, giving Single, I'm trying out talking that way. But I immediately was like, that girl's single. Like, that's what you wear when you're like a single woman. I don't know why. I just have a.
What about it? Like very
like
sexy
peacocking kind of thing. Like you're putting it out there.
I mean, she literally like kind of she had feathers on that boa like a peacock. It's like when you want to be seen and you're like, I'm free, and there's like this new vibe out there. Like, we haven't seen Taylor dress like this. I mean, the VMAs look is one thing. She's like bedazzled to the nines, and like it almost looks like she's wearing a tangled necklace. But that was like more VMA, like that's what you wear. But for the after party look, I'm just like, that's a girl who is getting out there again. But maybe I don't know.
I guess someone would argue, well, can't I look free while in a relationship?
Sure. I don't want her to be single, by the way. I love her and Joe's relationship. I envy it. I think they are perfect together. I'm so happy for them. They've been together over like 6 years at this point. I mean, that is not I don't want her to be single again. I love this place that she's writing from where she's in love, but I just saw that look and I was like, I know that if I were newly single, that's what I would be
I think
wearing.
It'd be tough as like even someone like Taylor Swift after writing like so, you know, she's prolific with her writing, but like having to have a relationship fall apart to put out another, like where does the career and being focused on having another hit, like it's got to be tough. There's got to be stress involved of like, I don't feel creative at all. I better dump Joe, put a bird suit on and fucking write some good lyrics. Like I feel like there is something that can play in someone's head when that becomes your thing, you know, even though she's proven that she could do more than that, but
no, yeah, she's written 3 albums now in a relationship, 4 arguably, where she's been in love. So I don't think she needs it, but I think
she's due then.
Yeah,
if it's been 4 in a row, she's like, I mean, there's only so much of a song you could write, like, he forgot to put the toilet seat down. Like it kind of, it loses its luster.
No, I will argue. I mean, I know you're just making a joke, but it's, she writes about from that. Well, that's where she got into different characters. And she wrote from characters' perspectives of books she's reading and her friends' relationships, and she would pull. That's what Springsteen would do, and pull from her own.
I love that about Bruce Springsteen. Yeah. He's like, he must have been an iron worker himself. It's like, you know, like we give him that trait of like a hard working man, but really he's just like a guy that like wrote a fun fiction story about like a tough guy, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, when does your creative juices start flowing? Because in the midnight, I'm just like, man, these are all songs she wrote in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe that's just something she's saying for the sake of like selling the album. Maybe one song she wrote at 7 a.m. and she's like, well, to some people, that's you know, like, but I can't imagine waking up in the middle of the night. I wish that when I was depressed or sad or longing, like this stuff poured out of me or anything poured out. I wish tears poured out of me, but nothing does.
Yeah.
Blood does.
I think also she might say that it was in the middle. I don't know. She might have wrote it the next day about the middle of the night. I mean, that's like the theme of it. It's a good theme.
She's allowed to.
Yeah, but
yes.
I don't know. I kind of think of jokes after something like bad. Like if me and Brenna get in an argument, like 2 days later, I'll think about why it was funny. You know, like maybe to like I was thinking about how the other day we got in an argument. We still had to do chores, but you just do them louder, you know, and like why that's funny, like getting mad at croutons, and it's like really you're mad at whoever you're mad at, you know what I mean? But you're just like taking it out on inanimate objects, but not that hard, just hard enough the person knows. It's just.
I wrote a similar joke where I was like, I'm working on my communication skills right now with my boyfriend, and the other day I was really upset that he doesn't ask enough about like the details about my personal life, and like I just want him to ask about me more. So I like sucked it up and I just like zipped my suitcase like really loud. And then I like went to the bathroom and I like slammed the door in a way that he knew that he needs to ask more questions. Like that's how I choose to communicate. But like sometimes that is the best I can do. Like sometimes, most of the time I don't do those things. I don't like even let him know I'm mad by like kind of setting something down or like being weirdly quiet, because even that I feel like is too much.
It's funny to
so I will just pretend like everything's fine. So even that for me is kind of, sometimes I pat myself on the back like, good, you let him know by being weirdly quiet. Even that for me is like an accomplishment in communicating, because otherwise I'm just like, act like everything's fine, don't lose your boyfriend, keep him at all costs.
Well, it's funny to think like that's how music was invented, by people putting away things loud, you know, like to show emotion. And that's like I could see like
that's how Stomp the musical was created.
Yeah, it was just